Welcome in, along with Steve Palazzolo. I'm your host, Cole Brown, taking a look at some first-round rookie grade updates. For the full list, head over to ProFootballFocus.com and check out the article. But Steve, let's start with first overall pick, Baker Mayfield for the Cleveland Browns. What has impressed you the most?
Yeah, he's definitely lived up to our hype. I think if there's one thing, though, it's his big-time throws. He's number 5 in just total big-time throws this year, one of the highest percentages. Those are our highest-graded throws, the special ones down the field with great ball location. He has just added this downfield element to the Browns' passing attack. He's graded like a top 10 quarterback, so Mayfield, to this point, absolutely living up to the hype.
Yeah, he's certainly been everything the Browns have hoped for. Moving along to the third overall pick for the New York Jets, Sam Darnold, who has been on fire lately.
He has. He's been our highest-graded quarterback over the last 3 weeks. He started out slow, but he's cut down on his turnover-worthy plays. And, I think he's shown some of the magic that he had at USC, that ability to get the ball to the intermediate level very efficiently. He had a great game against the Houston Texans in a losing effort. And then last week, again, in a losing effort against the Green Bay Packers. He is playing extremely well. And I think, giving the Jets a little something to hope for now down the stretch here.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving along to our next guy, the number 8 overall pick for the Chicago Bears, Roquan Smith. How has this rookie year been?
Yeah, I think it's been he's been more of a mid-tier linebacker around the NFL right now. He's got a lot of tackles. He's got 5 sacks per our numbers. But some ups and downs in coverage and in the run game. Does have 11 missed tackles. Still have a lot of faith in Roquan. We liked him a lot coming out and his ability to fly to the ball. And I do think in recent weeks you're seeing him play just a little bit faster, and that's scary for Bears opponents because that D is so good. If he does start living up to his hype, they're that much more dangerous.
Moving along to the 14th overall pick, Marcus Davenport for the New Orleans Saints. They gave up a lot for him. Is he paying them back?
Well, I think, Davenport is pretty much performing as expected. We said he's a bit of a project. He graded really well for us at UTSA, but, had to develop some more moves. He couldn't just win with power at the next level. He's only seen the field for 364 snaps and has 24 total pressures. For a guy that they moved up, paid a hefty price to move up to get. I don't know if they were expecting him to be a 500 to 700 snap guy in his rookie season, but for us, I think the expectation is about where he should be at this point, and we'll be looking for a big step forward from him next season.
Yeah, the Saints will obviously hope for that when they make this push for the Super Bowl. Moving on to our next pick, the number 17 overall guy for the Los Angeles Chargers, Derwin James, who in my opinion is the most fun defensive rookie to watch. Yeah,
I think you're absolutely right. He is just awesome because he can win all over the place. Love watching him close to the line of scrimmage. We mentioned, when he came out, how good of a pass rusher he was, and Florida State would actually use him as an edge defender. He's about to set our record for most pressures by a rookie safety. But I've actually been most impressed with his work on the back end, playing free safety, making plays on the ball. He is truly capable of everything, and he's exactly what the NFL needs at safety right now.
Yeah, I'm still shocked he fell all the way to 17.
Absolutely.
But moving on to pick number 19 for the Dallas Cowboys, Layton Vander, Esch, currently the highest graded rookie linebacker. What stood out to you for him?
Yeah, he's just another one of those, versatile defensive players. He flies to the ball, and when you watch the Cowboys play, you see him and Jalen Smith, and just the speed that they're bringing to the second level of the defense has been special. He hasn't missed a ton of plays, making a ton of plays in coverage. He's been our highest graded rookie linebacker, and he looks a little bit like a young Luke Kuechly. I wasn't expecting him to look that good that quickly, but Vander Esch has been fantastic.
Yeah, that linebacking core for the Cowboys can be pretty dangerous in the years to come. Speaking of linebackers, moving on to pick 22 for the Tennessee Titans, Rashaan Evans. Started off the year kind of slow, but has really picked it up the last few weeks.
He really has, and I expected him to be a guy that played really good run defense, and then maybe on third down they used him as a blitzer because he was an edge defender at times at Alabama early in his career. He hasn't blitzed a ton, but the run defense has been there. That's where he's really been excellent over the last few weeks. He's only missed 4 tackles on the season, so. When you talk about rookies, they all seem to progress at different rates. So when you have that slow start, I do think it's encouraging that you hit week 5 or 6 or whatever it was, and you get that turnaround, and it is something to build off for next year. So I like the way Evans has played in recent weeks for sure.
Moving along now to pick 26 for the Atlanta Falcons, Calvin Ridley, who's been talked about because he scores a lot of touchdowns. But his grade isn't too great. Why is that?
Yeah, it's the drops. I think we knew what we were going to get from Calvin Ridley. He is one of the slickest route runners coming out of the draft, and we've seen that at times. His ability to just to get open despite subpar change of direction metrics at the combine doesn't matter. He's a really good route runner. That's why he scored those touchdowns. He's an explosive player, but he has 8 drops, so that'll hurt his efficiency numbers. But I still think the Falcons are happy with what they got.
Absolutely,
very good compliment to Julio Jones, and the touchdowns, they're no accident. He is an explosive playmaker.
And last but not least, pick 32 for the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, since taking over as a starter, he's 5-1, has a team on the brink of the playoffs, but his grade is not too great. Why is that?
Look, I think Lamar has certainly helped the running game, and just having him as a threat has helped open up things for Gus Edwards. It's completely changed the way the Ravens play. But from on a throw-for-throw basis, Lamar still has a lot of work to do. And again, he's lived up exactly to the hype that we gave him, which is, there's an offense to build around him. You just have to work around some accuracy issues, which have still showed up. And despite the accuracy issues, he's still capable of making NFL throws like he did against the Chargers last week, dropping a dime in there to Mark Andrews. So there's been some good, some bad for Lamar. He's been excellent as a runner, does have to do a better job of avoiding the fumbles too. Those are turnovers the same way, or potential turnovers the same way interceptions are. So there's been some good and some bad with Lamar despite all the wins by the Ravens.
Well, I'm certainly excited to see how these rookies grow for years to come. That wraps up our first round rookie grade update. Make sure to like this video as well as subscribe for future videos.